Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's going to be reviewing a very special truck. This is a 2023 Ford F350 with the high output power stroke. Before we get in this video though, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Ken Gar Ford here in American Fork, Utah for giving me some time with this truck. And I have big news. This particular truck is still available for sale for the time being. So if you're interested, I'll include a link to their inventory in the description down below so you can contact them. And then on a side note, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below. Let's get into it. Under the hood of this truck is the all-new high-output power stroke. So it goes through a 10-speed automatic transmission. It's a 6.7-liter turbo diesel V8, and it puts out 500 horsepower and a whopping 1,200 pound-feet of torque. Now, before we go over the front end of the truck, I do want to mention, if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So starting with the hood of the truck, you guys can see it's raised there on either side, and then you've got the Super Duty logo stamped into the front, and I love the metallic flake in this paint. Now you've got the LED headlights here with the daytime running lights, and then notice how the grill is darker. We still have the traditional Ford logo. Tow hooks here on the front end, and then you guys can see with the fog light action down below, and then of course we have our air dam at the bottom. Putting it all together, especially with the white on this truck, I think it looks really cool. Like, the contrast is great. So coming around the side here, our tire wheel setup is 275, 65, 20 in the front and over in the rear as well. And you guys can see the wheel design on it. I think it's really cool how it's like blacked out in the center, and then you got the gray on the outside. Now, something to note, it doesn't look like the suspension is all that different on the high output, but at the same time, I think the springs, they look a little bit beefier. Anyways, solid front axle. Now I've got our Lariat badge here, and then the big thing is our 6.7L power stroke badge. Notice how the 6.7 is red to let you guys know that this has the high output. And then notice with the mirror cap how you've got that Porsche body painted side step action here as well. We've got the bedside step here, and then in the rear you guys can see the leaf spring setup here. And then here's the full side view on this truck. It looks so cool in white. Again, the contrast is great. Now here's the key fob. You guys can see we've got our unlock lock function, remote start, the drop down for the tailgate, and of course the Ford logo there on the back end. Well, ooh. Now popping into the bed here, you guys can see that we've got the ruler here on the tailgate, and then we've got some LED bed light action here as well. You guys can see the fifth wheel prep with this, and then all the plugins for that. And if you're wondering, this particular truck, it looks like it has a 6.5 foot box. Now, interestingly enough, this one doesn't have the tailgate step, but anyways, easy to get that into place. You can see the Ford logo here, and then look at the taillights on this, and then we've got the new bumper step action here. Parking sensors here at the bottom. We'll talk about towing capacity in a little bit, but there's the receiver hitch. Putting it all together, let me know what you guys think about the design on this particular truck. Again, the contrast with the white and the blacked out elements. Now taking a look at the door panel here in the rear, you guys can see with the trim here at the top and the padding down below, this is built off of a Lariat. And then notice the wood trim right there. Speaker for the Bang & Olufsen sound system. Now being a Lariat, we've got these nice leather seats here, and then look at like the little piping piece. And then you can see the under seat storage as well. Now legroom back here is really solid. You got a little storage pocket. And then you can see with the little charging ports right there. And then we of course have a cup holder armrest. And if you're wondering, headroom back here is great. Now taking a look at the front door panel here, you guys can see the trim at the top and then down below. All of our window controls, front two, are automatic. You've got your mirror adjustments. The mirrors do power fold in, and we've got the mirror extension function. They also have blind spot monitoring, and then you got your memory seat function. Now this is the fun part. So payload capacity, 4,073 pounds. Gross vehicle weight rating, 12,000 pounds. Now they don't have a tow sticker, but I looked it up, and the towing chart shows that this truck can tow 23,900 pounds, almost 24,000 pounds. Now taking a look at the front seats, again, really nice leather trim. Again, Lariat, right? And then you've got your power adjustments here on the side. Got our pedal adjustment down below with our parking brake. Light controls right here. You can see the mirror lights, and then the steering wheel is also power adjustable. Now taking a look at the steering wheel, you guys can see the leather trim all around, and then there's the nice stitching there on the center portion. We do have our radio controls here for the center, volume, voice command controls. You've got your cruise control as well, and then your regular turn signal slash windshield wiper stock. And then we have our column shifter here on the back. It does have a manual mode there, and then you get your plus and minus to shift the gears yourself. Now, being a Lariat, it's got the full digital gauge cluster. Now, the cool thing is the drive modes. Gives you an animation for each of them. And you have drive modes for both on-road and off-road use. I think it's pretty cool. Look at the little trailer there at the tow haul mode. But there's the gauge cluster. And you can also go through different bits of information on the truck as well. Now, in reverse, this truck has the full 360 camera system, so we can like zoom in, for example. And then you can see like the bed camera. I mean, literally pretty much every single angle is covered, so really solid from a camera system perspective. Now, before we dive into the infotainment system, I want to mention that just up above it, you've got your diesel exhaust brake control. That's for the camera, hazard lights, stability control, and then your hill descent control. Now, this has Ford's 12-inch display. First off, response time's great with it, as you can see. Notice we have got a little towing set up, which is pretty cool. So you can add your trailers and everything there. And then you have the side screen. It's still part of the main screen, but it's just different tab thing that you can scroll through as well. Trailer brake controls integrated from the factory, and then we have our drive line select here. Notice we have our rear locking differential as well, and then your drive mode select. And then your radio controls are here, dual zone climate controls. You got heated and ventilated seats as well as a heated steering wheel, and then charging ports down below, and then more storage down below that. Some cup holder action here, and then you can see with the center console, good storage space. And then lifting this up, pretty nice. And then we can also click this in. You got more storage space underneath. Now, being a Lariat, the dash is padded up here at the top, and then we have the double glove box set up here as well. Now, this truck does have the sunglass holder, of course, and then we got the power sliding rear window, and then a full panoramic sunroof. So here's our window sticker for this Lariat. This is the crazy part. High output power stroke. 12,000, almost 12,500 bucks, 12,495, pretty crazy. But yeah, base price 64,000. After options on this truck, this one stickers for 86,730. Like I said, as of me filming this video, it's still available. I don't know if it'll still be available by the time I post the video, which will be like right away, but still, let's see how it drives. Let's talk about visibility before we set off. Here's your visibility of the hood, both the mirrors, which blind spot monitoring throughout the rest of the rear. And we actually have to reverse out because turning radius on Super Duties is, well, very, very large. But let's set off in the truck. Okay, so officially setting off in the high output power stroke. Now, I did want to do like an interstate run with this, but honestly, it's not going to happen because it's rush hour, and so I would be going slower than I am right now on the interstate. But we will still get a pretty good acceleration. Just trust me, guys. We'll go to Mexico for a minute. But anyways, initially setting off, I just drove a regular power stroke right before this, which is perfect. I will get like a full comparison once I can in the near future, but I will make some comparisons. Like right off the bat, you honestly don't notice a difference. Like this feels pretty much just like the regular power stroke. You know, the 475 horsepower, 1,050 pound-feet. It definitely, I mean, both of them feel powerful. So like, I don't want you guys thinking I'm not saying, oh, this thing's not powerful. Like the regular power stroke's already crazy, but with this high output, it doesn't necessarily, like, again, right off the bat, doesn't necessarily feel too much crazier. What I will say though is the other truck that I drove had the long bed, 8-foot bed. This has the 6'4" box, and the 8-foot bed actually rides a little bit better because it's a little bit of a longer vehicle. So that actually helps out, funny enough. Yeah, it's so torquey though. Like that's the thing you got to understand about just the power stroke in general. It's really smooth because the gear shifts just like boom, boom, boom. And I mean, yeah, the torque is incredible with this. Man, driving this makes me want to get a diesel truck. It's so fun. It's just a crazy vehicle. Okay, well, the moment we've been waiting for. Oh, good gravy. Oh, man. So that's what 1,200 pound-feet of torque feels like. I have never driven a vehicle with this much torque before. Like this is the first for me. Wow, that's exciting. I mean, does it feel faster than regular power stroke? I mean, the regular one's already really fast. I honestly, I don't think that there's gonna be like a street driving benefit with this. Actually, I mean, yeah, this thing's, I think the problem is it's so much torque that it can't put it down. It just simply cannot put the power down. So that kind of limits it. Man, summing things up with this review, super excited to finally be able to drive this truck. I definitely see massive towing benefits with this. I mean, 1,200 pound-feet of torque, like, I feel like you put anything behind this truck and you're not even gonna feel it. I mean, the regular Power Stroke already, like, is a towing monstrosity, but yeah, with an extra 150 pound-feet of torque, it's just, I mean, game over for everyone else when it comes to, you know, diesel engines with power. So let me know what you guys think about the new high output Power Stroke. I'm gonna say for most people, I think the regular Power Stroke, I mean, that's still powerful enough. Again, I'll get a side-by-side comparison once once availability is there where I can get two trucks in the same place at the same time. But, you know, as it stands right now, man, this thing's crazy. And if you're gonna be towing on a regular basis, I think this is the way to go. It's quite the engine.